Good evening, cats and kittens, pups and pooches. Why am I back on here again? Because I want to finish cats and kittens, pups. I want to finish this box of pennies so I can roll them all up and take them back to the bank on Monday, or have someone take them back to the bank for me if I can't drive. But they need to go. I got 9 rolls left and I want to get them done. So here we go. And then tomorrow or Monday on the Lodo show, I will give you the final breakdown of what we got in the box. So that's what's happening because I need to get this done. It's got to happen, folks. It's got to happen. So it's going to happen right now. Or at least part of it, however long I last. And I'm going to get me some dinner and some medicine and take it easy for the rest of the night. I was working on a video and M3 decided it was time to attack me, and in the course of him doing that I messed up my video. So I turned the editing thing off and I'll revisit it tomorrow. Once you screw something up like that and then you try to get calmed down and fix it, you usually end up making more mistakes. So I decided I didn't need to be working on it anymore. That's the way it is. There's a copper in the hopper and a shieldy wieldy. Hate them. They stink. I hate them. There's another copper in the hopper. At least we're getting copper. And thanks to Michael Kittle, I have a couple ideas what to do with this said copper. So it won't be going back to the bank right away anyway. If I can do as he suggested, it won't be going back. Ooh, this one doesn't look pretty. Look like Birdie Num Num's on there. And another shield. Boy, they better give me a better box next time. This has not been fun. Well, I mean, it has, but not as fun as we'd like it to be. But it's alright. Oh, that got knocked over here. That's the one with the hole in it. I don't know where that came from. More copper. Ooh, my eye's starting to burn. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Have to put some junk on it here shortly. And take some medications. More copper. At least it's been spitting out copper. It hasn't been spitting out wheat. It's got its commodities confused. This box do. Going through them as fast as I can. Copper in the hopper. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. But wait, there's more. A shield, no yield. Yeah, I'd rather have that box Michael Kittle been working on. 68. He got one of those Hollywood 1975 boxes that from a bank that closed in 75. He got some of those boxes. So obviously there would be nothing in them past 1975. But he wasn't finding Wheaties like he thought would be in there. And there was some speculation that those boxes may have already sort of been peeked into, not by him, prior to him getting them. But one thing, everything in them was copper. So he may still be on doing his stream, but I need to get this done and my time is limited, so I don't anticipate a throng of visitors coming to scope this out, but my microscope works better if I run it through StreamYard, so that's what I'm doing. Well, we got through that roll, pull some copper, that's about it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, counting the one I'm opening right now. 8 rolls, and my box will be completed. And I'll work on something else tomorrow if I feel up to it. My eye is swelling a little bit today. It doesn't really hurt bad. It just stings. Considering that they went in through it and went into my brain, I'm pretty happy that this is the only pain I'm having. I can stand it. Get rid of these shields. The shield of no yield. The trash of the class. Useless. Useless coinage. Almost doesn't even deserve to be called a coin. It's just junk. An embarrassment to our nation. And that's copper. And that's not. Hey, Les. There's nobody really in the house. Ooh, it's just me and Les. Woohoo. No, actually, there's somebody else lurking. I'm just not sure who it is. I'm just trying to finish up this box real quick so I can get them all returned to the bank on Monday. I'm going to try to get us some quarters and maybe another penny box. I'm not sure yet because I really have a bill that needs to be paid. So I may not be able to invest in a penny box, but we'll see. We will see. I'll get us something to sort through on the Lodo coin collecting show. To be sure, we will have some kind of content. 67. Yeah, the weather has gotten much better, so the car wash will probably be open, and my car does need wash because it's covered with birdie poo-poo, and I need to vacuum it out because I took a bunch of stuff to the storage. Part of it was some gardening things, so I've got dirt in there to get out. There's some more shields. There's Mikey. Hi, Mikey. I'm going to try to finish up my pennies. I'm sure Michael is still working on his, but I got to get this done because I can't work on it really tomorrow. And, ooh, so close to the wheat field. I need to roll them tomorrow so they can go back. So I kind of have to do them so that can happen. So it is what it is. I was working on my video, and M3 reached over and scratched me. I don't know why he's a little bit mad because the girls left. My nieces were here, and when they were here, they were spoiling him horribly. giving him mass quantities of treats. And now he wants me to do that. And when I didn't just jump up and get to his beck and call, he reached out and smacked me. And when he did, I screwed up my video that I was working on. So, hey, John Jacobs. So anyway, I just saved the video where it was. I'll go back to it tomorrow. And I'll finish this up because it's got to get done. It's got to get done. Because he's got to go back. Otherwise, Emma's going to put them all on the floor for me again, and I'll have to resort them all. This is why I don't do jigsaw puzzles in my apartment. New Miss Maniac is in the house. Hello, hello. So, anyway, I got about 7 more rolls out of this box. And so I figured, let's just finish it off. And then while I'm watching TV later, I can start rolling them up, finish rolling them up tomorrow. And we'll trade them in for a newer model. It takes me a while to roll them back up because I kind of check them for different things while I'm in the repackaging process. Oops, I just knocked one in there that wasn't supposed to go in there. That's why I have to check them. Make sure I don't lose things. That might have been it. Nope. Well, whatever it was, I hope I catch it tomorrow. Don't know. It's not been the best box. I kept hoping it would get better. You know, you try to build the anticipation. Yeah, I'm gonna find something soon. But this box is like, nah, no, you're not. I'm not gonna let you have doo-doo. It has not been kind. A lot of shields in it. The shield of no yield. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. Hi, Penny. Also known as Mark. Penny Mark. Interesting. Penny Mark. So now I got question mark and penny mark. Interesting. Oh. And I'm fighting with YouTube again. I have some music that I have license agreements with the artist to use, but YouTube keeps slapping me with copyright claims, and then I have to send in the dispute and say, look, here's my license number, you know, I have permission from the artist, leave me alone, quit messing with my videos. It happens all the time because I have a lot of musician friends and they grant me permission, but the YouTube spy bot does not know necessarily that I have permission because it can't read. And so every video I have done this week, I have had to argue with them. And one by one, they're like, oh, congratulations. We have removed the copyright claim. I'm like, yeah, why don't you just quit doing them? You know, at least on my stuff, you already know what band I work for. Oh, well. Nothing in there to speak of except a few more kappas. My father wanted to name me Penelope Candace if I was a girl. Penny Candy. Oh, cute. Good thing your mom wouldn't have agreed. Well, my mom wanted to name me Grace. And I am like the most ungraceful person. I am a total klutz. So it would have been a definite point of bullying had she named me Grace. But my dad decided he wanted to name me Susan. So that's what I got. And there were so many Susans. I had a class in junior high where there were 5 Susans. And my teacher started calling me by my last name. And I told him, look, I said, that's, a little bit disrespectful. You gave me the leftover of my last name. I said, could you at least shorten it to Marty? So there are people on this planet that still call me Marty, and I will answer to it. I used that name for several years, and I also used it when I first started racing because it made it less obvious that there was a female on the track. They would just hear the name Marty and kind of not try to wreck me so much. But eventually they figured out that I was a female type driver. Back then, they did really frowned on that. They wanted us to race in the powder puff division with the other girls because we weren't good enough to race with the boys. Actually, what it was is the guys were afraid one of us would actually beat them. And how humiliating would that be? But at any rate, yeah, I'm lucky I didn't get named Grace because definitely. Oh, yeah, I bet the attendance was a mess. Yeah. It wasn't easy, when somebody would say, hey, Susan, in the hall, and there'd be like a bazillion Susans, and all these Susans would turn around and look to see who said hi and which one of us was it for. And so I started going by Susie or, well, the Marty thing, but that is one nasty shield right there. I got the piss ripped out of me at school for being called Leslie. Oh, I bet. I have the manager of Question Mark and the Mysterians. His first name is really Cecil, but that was his dad's name, so that's not what he went by. His middle name is what he uses is Luverne, Luverne. And of course, that sounds like the lady's name, Laverne. And I wouldn't want to take Luverne on because he is a big boy. And I'm sure he'd have knocked the living pee out of you. But he's one of the few people I know that could have gotten away with, that name. That's one of the reasons that John Wayne changed his name. Oh, looky here, we got us a Wheatie. Yeah, John Wayne's real first name is Marion. I imagine he probably got picked on a little bit down there at the school. Yeah, exactly, Les. I totally get it. Okay, anybody want to make a guess on what the date on our Wheatie is based upon what the reverse looks like? Reverse doesn't look too bad, but some of the wheat leaves have lost some of their individual grain elements. Get rid of that. While we make our guesses, I'm picking the shields out. Getting them out of my way. I don't want to see them. I just don't. Okay, we got a 58, a 44. All right, let's see what we got in the wheat field. What we got in the wheat field. Ooh, older than any of you. 41. It's a 41. Nice. We'll take that all day. That's right at the beginning of the war, at least as far as the U.S. is concerned. Poor folks over in the UK, they've been in it since about 39, but we didn't get it until much later. So we did squeeze one more Wheatie out of here. Glad to see that. There's a copper for the hopper. There's a crud, but it's a 60s crud. I got a nice bucket full of 60s pennies here. I gotta go over to the hobby store after I get my check, pick up a book for this young man. I'm trying to get him a little more interested in coins because he's got some health issues and he can't really go out and play sports. So I'm trying to spark his interest in some other hobbies that might be good. And I gotta get some penny books for him. I'm gonna start him out with pennies. I have given him a couple of mint sets and stuff like that, and he seems to like those. And he has an older brother that does coins, so I gotta pick up some books. I'm not gonna fill them all in for him. I'm just gonna fill in certain ones to get him started, and then see if he will pick it up from there. And if he doesn't, it has not been a super investment. Here's a 61. All right, we got 5 rolls left. All right, Furry, back to work, girl. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you hit the like button while you were here. I hope. Well, I wish I could have got some of those boxes that Michael Kittle was playing with today. Even if he wasn't finding a lot of the Wheaties, everything in the box was copper. That much he knew, because everything was 75 and older. I'd love to have the opportunity to have one of those. There's a Iffy, if he's a copper or if he's a zinc. $84, yunk. Yunk. 2 more shields I can throw to the side. Right. Yeah, I'm just happy I got through my surgery with much less than what the doctor made it sound like it was going to be. He really had me scared as heck. And I don't think he intended to scare me. I think he just was giving me the worst case scenario, you know. But it is scary when they tell you, hey, we're going to go poke around in your brain and it could be very dangerous. And, you know, there is a possibility of death. And, you know, it was kind of like the thing at the end of a drug commercial on television where they start telling you all the side effects and all the scary crap. I'm like, dude, you know, I suffer from anxiety disorder. Don't tell me this stuff. Just tell me everything's going to be fine and dandy like sugar candy. Another 60s. But as it turned out, it's so far, I mean, yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it's not. Heck, I've had way worse than this. Way worse. And it's kind of quiet. I had the girls here for a couple days Well, they came to the hospital, and so they were there when I came out of the anesthesia. They were here for a couple nights, and they're back up in the DC area now. But it was good. I got to spend a little bit of time with them. Oh, look, the first foreigner of the box. We got a Canadian. A Canadian. Oh, look, it was a centennial penny from 1967, 1867 to 1967. Yay! Something different. How about that? That's the first foreign coin of the whole box. Woohoo! That's a keeper. Now this getting down to the end. I'm glad to see something come out of here. My hands are all grubby because I forgot to put gloves on. Oh well. They'll wash. Copper into hopper. Yeah, tomorrow I'll get a weight on the copper. I put them in this plastic container, and then when I get to the end of the box, I can weigh the container and tell you roughly how much copper there is. It's not exact because I throw all the 82s in there, and then I have to go back and pick the copper ones out from the zinc ones. But it's a pretty good estimate of how much copper's in there. It works well. My copper hopper is actually a plastic container that Country Time Lemonade came in. And it's pretty sturdy. It'll hold a good bit of copper, and it fits nicely on my scale. All right, 4 more rolls. 4 more rolls. Here we go. Break open another one. Yeah, I'm still fascinated that the ladies at the bank did not know what I was talking about when I said circulated rolls. I'm like, how did you get a job in a bank if you don't know what circulated versus uncirculated mean? Really? Oh, well. That's when the branch manager came out. She knows what I do. So. So it was kind of funny, though. Iffy. Copper. Junk. Shield. It's going to be junk. Yeah, I'm really surprised I haven't found any of those with the Lincoln life history things on the back. Usually I find a bunch of those. Copper. I have not found a single. No, I think I did find one of that series, but that's it. Usually I find a handful of those. You just don't know what's going to be in the box. It's all a Forrest Gump thing. Box of chocolates. Don't know what you're going to get. What do you think I should try and get next time? Should I get pennies or nickels? That's about all I can afford. I can't even really afford those, but if I can do them fast enough and get them back in the bank, I can pay my bills. But I'd like to do some dimes, but I don't know if I can read them. They're a little tiny. But probably with the scope, I could do dimes. What do y'all think I should get? We really haven't done any dimes. We've done nickels. We've done quarters. We've done pennies. Maybe I will try to get a box of dimes. Got the potential of there being silver in them. Not likely, but I don't know. People don't always sort their change, especially in this economic time. I mean, it gets to the end of the month and people can't pay their bills and they're just rolling up the stuff to get milk for the baby. You know, they're not looking. And I don't think a lot of people realize that some of the Canadian dimes are silver. They just try to hide them in the roll to get rid of them. So I don't know. I'll think on it. I'll check my finances. See what we'll get next. Getting quite a bit of copper. Not much else. And we're down to the last 3 rows. Down to the last 3 rows. Should like to find a whole roll full of Wheaties with an Indian head or an ender. Wouldn't that be nice? I haven't found an Indian head for quite a while. I was just happy to find that Canadian a few minutes ago. I haven't really been finding much at all, except copper. Let's get some of these shields out of the way. You'll hear them hitting the box there. I'm not even messing with them. All right, let's see what we got left in here. 68. Yeah, I haven't found very many S's either, but we don't here on the east coast of the U.S. find a whole lot of S mint. I have found a few, but mostly we get a lot of Philadelphia. It's just the U.S. is such a big spread out country that it's just the way it works. I used to get a lot more Canadian coins when I was in Michigan. It was pretty regular to get Canadians up there. I am so looking forward to moving back to Michigan. And whoops, well, you can go in there. It is copper. Yeah, my niece told me she will help me get moved when I get my apartment, that she will drive the truck for me. And she can do it. Her family is military based and they have moved many times. And I totally trust her driving. She has offered to help me with the move, help me get up there, get settled in. So I am going to start pushing a little harder to try and make that happen, because whatever they find out from this biopsy, they have really good doctors where I lived before, and if I need to, I can get everything done up there. But we'll see how it all works out. I'm hoping to be there by August. I'm also hoping to make a quick venture to Florida to see my brother that I was supposed to do last year, but I didn't get to because stuff happened. But I want to go down there for about a week and visit family and friends before I go back to Michigan and do some metal detecting. So we'll see how it all plays out. It would be a lot easier if I'd win the lottery. Yeah. Getting down to the last 2 rolls here. All right, 2 to go. Says we've got 4 people in the room. I think I've put them all to sleep. Or everybody's watching more than one channel. I can't really do that. I have tried to do that, but I can barely concentrate on one channel at a time. So I can't make that work. Yeah, the fact that I only have one working eye, that kind of is part of it because I can't keep up with what's going on in the stream. And I know people say hi to me and they think I'm being rude because I don't answer them, but sometimes I just don't see it. Hopefully we will have a solution to that very soon. One way or the other. Let's pick some shields out of here. So I don't waste my time. Mikey, I'm at the restaurant, but I did that early when you posted your video during Kittle's stream. Oh, yeah. Well, I already had that video scheduled to run. I had put that was scheduled to run like a couple of days ago. So I didn't know Michael was going to be doing a stream, but I had made the like 2 or 3 videos and scheduled them to stream later so that there would be activity on my channel in case they kept me at the hospital. So I didn't have any way of knowing that he was going to be doing a stream. And fortunately, that was only about a 10-minute video total with the intro and everything. So yeah, I probably could have watched both of those at the same time because that was not one of the better detecting videos. But I am going to use all the footage that I found, whether it's exciting or not, because my theory on making detecting videos is that you need to show it as it really is. You need to show the days where you don't necessarily find 2 gold rings or, you know, a large cent or a real. I mean, you're going to have a lot of days where you go out there and you dig and you dig, and it's just like going through this box. You're going to have boxes that don't have the goodies in them. Sometimes you're going to have a detecting location that doesn't have the goodies in it. And I don't like that people get persuaded that oh, they just have to go get a detector and they're going to go out there every day and find all that kind of stuff, because that's not the reality of it. The reality of it is most of the time you don't find that kind of stuff. Most of the time you find some pieces of clad and some bottle caps and pieces, parts of things. But I believe in showing it the way it is. And yeah, sometimes it's not that exciting. But for me, a lot of the experience is just getting out there in, ooh, we got a 1937 Wheatie, folks. Looky here. Looky who jumped out of the box. We got a 37 Wheatie on the next to the last roll. I think that's the oldest one I found in this box. So that's good. Let's look at the reverse. Let's see what the reverse looks like. It's a little weak, but hey, it's a 1937. It's old. Boom chaka boom. We got one. Woohoo! Excelente, primo, good. I was happy to see that. Get to the end, gives you one little last surprise. And that's happened to me metal detecting too, where I've had like a really, really crappy day where I wasn't finding anything. There's one in particular from last year where I wasn't finding anything. And I was on my way back to my car, and I was actually right at the front of my car. And I found a ring from the 1930s Chicago exhibition, like right by my car. And when I first found it, it was all mashed up, and I thought it was like a Cracker Jack's ring or something. And then when I got in the car, I found out what it really was. And, you know, that whole day, I really hadn't found much anything. And then the very last minute, getting into my car, I found a little treasure. And in this box, we got down to the next to the last roll, and we found a little treasure. So now I am opening the very last roll. Let's hope there's one more little treasure in here somewhere. And if there's not, well, we still got some, and we got to hang out and talk and see some interesting coins. Try to figure out why somebody would punch a hole in the middle of a Zinken. That was like a waste of energy as far as I'm concerned. Why would you even bother? Unless maybe they just hate them as much as I do. More copper. Another shield of no yield. 2 of them. 3 of them. 83. 83s drive me crazy because I always have a hard time figuring out if it's the big one or the little one, and the spacing. And 82s and 83s just are annoying to me, especially when you're trying to put them in the book, because there's so many different variations, and I have a hard time making the judgment call. I have to pull the pictures up and put them on the screen, make my decision as to what I think that is. Come on, give us something good. I want something good here. And that's not it. If y'all would take a moment while I'm boring you to tears to go hit the thumbs up like button, I would appreciate it. What I'm gonna have to start, I'm trying to get to 800 by the end of this week. I think I have 792 right now. So if I could just hit 800, I'd be happy. I was almost to 1,000 once. And then I got to start building my watch time back up. They took a whole bunch of that away too. I don't understand that. How can you take something away that was already earned? I don't think that's fair. Because I had almost my 4,000 watch hours. Because I had several people that binge watched me. And now it's back down to below 2,000, and I don't get it. I don't think that's fair. And the thing is, all I want to do with the monetization is use that money to pay postage so I can give things away and not have to pay the postage and stuff out of my pocket. Or so I can acquire things to give away, because I've basically given away all the extra stuff out of my personal collection. So I don't always have a lot left anymore to give away. Because how my giveaways usually work is if I acquire something that is not something that I am super interested in, or something I collect, or something that I already have and don't need in my collection, that's the stuff I give away. Well, we're down to the last 2 pennies. Let's see. Well, we got some copper. And the last one is a zinc. So, we finished all the rolls. So, I can roll all of this stuff up and get it ready to go back to the bank. That's going to be one of tomorrow's projects. Just rolling all that up. And also tallying up, organizing and tallying up what we actually found. And I have my card here somewhere from what I found last time. So we will be able to compare the last box to this box. I don't think I have as much copper on this one, because I do still have my container of copper from the last one. So we will compare those tomorrow and see how we did. So that concludes the Wells Fargo penny box. Now I'm going to go have some dinner and some medicine and probably try and get a little bit of sleep. I have to sleep sitting up with this deal with my eye, and I am not comfortable sleeping that way, so I didn't sleep the best. I finally found Wednesday. I have looked all over this town for the only ginger ale I like, and they just don't sell it really down here in the South. And they had told me, get you some ginger ale in case the anesthesia causes you to have an upset stomach. And the only ginger ale I wanted comes from Michigan. And I looked everywhere for Vernors, and I finally found some over in the section where they have the stuff to mix drinks with. They did not have it with the regular carbonated beverages. But I finally found some Vernors. So, cheers to Michigan. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will do a wrap up on this box tomorrow, and we'll see what we ended up with. So, y'all have a great night, and I'll see you then. Thank you. Much love to you all. Good night.